Oh, so pretty. Welcome back to AM Northwest, here to share a fun spring art project. We welcome back professional artist Elida Field. Always good to see you.
It is so great to be here.
Let's point out these beautiful tulips that you have painted with watercolor, and this is what you're going to show me how to paint.
This is what we're going to do today. Yeah, it is, you know, it's tulip season, so I thought, wouldn't it be nice to just do like a fun little watercolor set with tulips? Yeah. And all you need is a pencil and a little tray of watercolors.
Okay,
so we're right just, if you grab yours.
Okay, got that.
Got it. And you can get these, you know, watercolors are so readily available anywhere, so wherever you can find them, any store will have them.
Okay.
So the first thing we're going to do is, just drop some water into your tray. Okay. It's like it activates those, so you give them a little drip of water just to kind of wake them up, and sometimes they need a little
wake up.
Good morning, sunshine.
Okay.
Let's get in here. Okay, so then we're gonna go, once those guys got a little activated, we get those awake, then we're gonna start with our pencils. So we are using Stabilo pencils, which are a little different. It's nice because they kind of disappear with the water. So you don't have to, like with a regular pencil, you would, or if you have regular pencil, then you just, once it's dry, you can erase it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So we're gonna make a big tulip, just one, and we're using watercolor paper. So we're gonna make a U shape.
Which has a texture to it.
Yeah, it has a texture, and the nice thing with watercolor paper, we're gonna make a big U while we're talking. Here we go, big, 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 big U. Kind of comes back in like this. Just a nice big, big shape. And the nice thing with watercolor paper is it really moves the watercolors around.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do a little curve line that's gonna come across like this.
Okay.
Yep. And I'm gonna do another curve line like this. We're gonna just do a 3 little petal tulip, a very simplified one.
Okay.
And then the last little curve line kind of up top in the middle.
Gotcha.
Beautiful. Now in the middle of our tulip, we're gonna do a curve, kind of curved and then straight line straight down. And we're gonna do a parallel line next to that for our stem. They're kind of just big, thick stems, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And their leaves for tulips are a little different. They're curved line that kind of comes up, and it makes a point, and then a curved line that comes down. Yes, beautiful, brava. Okay, next one, I'm gonna do this, a little one, smaller one on this side, and then comes down. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Put this aside. Now we're just gonna start with our petals. Okay. So I'm gonna start on the outside petal. I'm gonna just take my water and I'm gonna just start filling in anywhere on this first outside petal with my water, right?
Outside, okay.
The outside.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna do something where I'm gonna leave a tiny little gap, Helen, so it doesn't bleed into the next petal. So I'm not gonna put water right up, butting up against it, but I'm gonna leave a tiny little gap here for this next petal.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Do you see what I'm saying? Just leaving a little space, and we can always come back in and layer over the top of that. You can do this in layers too. People forget about that with watercolors, but you can, once it dries, you can come back and add other layers.
Wow.
Okay, so once we've got some water in here, now I'm gonna start with my darkest color. So I'm gonna use, I wanna use kind of a red, well, you could use purple, whatever you wanna do, and then I'm just gonna drop it in, and do you see? Woo! It's like a magic show. Look at this. And you kind of just drop the color in. Okay. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on this side where I'm just dropping that darker color in, right? Okay. And then I'm gonna come to my next color. I kind of left my this one open for now, but that's okay, we can add that. So then I'm gonna go into like my orange. I'm dropping some of that color in.
Oh, wow, okay.
Right, and they start blending in to each other, which is kind of cool. And you can then come in with like your yellow, and thinking about where our light source is. So like, let's say our light source comes from the right, over here, then we would want these brighter, the lighter colors to come right up on the right side.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add, again, water on this back little petal and do the same thing, but trying to keep it a little bit separate from the other two. So we'll come right in here. Sometimes it gets carried away, like I said, sometimes like where, see, I didn't do it exact. Yeah. And it kind of blends in, but that's okay. And I'm just gonna do that and then add a little bit of the yellow right here at the top. Okay. And like I said, you could let one layer dry and then we can come back and we can add some shadowing underneath there once that's dry. Yeah. So we're gonna leave that to let that first layer dry. We're gonna go right into our stem and our petals. Okay. I mean our not our petals, our
leaves.
Leaves, thank you. So we're gonna come right down here. I'm gonna fill this all in with water again, but look, I touched that, so you have to be really kind of careful about where your water is touching because it will bleed in with the other colors. So I'm just gonna fill this all in with water first.
Okay.
The same thing.
Okay.
And it's all about just kind of building your colors, figuring out where your light source is, and it can be really fun. And the nice thing is, and I think the biggest lesson with watercolors is learning to not try to control it.
Oh, I can't control it? Oh, that's going to be challenging.
I know.
Okay.
There's always a life lesson here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start with my blue, just a tiny bit of my blue, and I'm going to go along the edge on the left.
Oh, the blue, okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to do the same thing along the bottom of my leaf, like this.
Okay.
Okay. I know it seems weird to do blue.
We're out of time, but we're going to let you keep going.
Okay, okay.
I love this.
Yes,
I love
so
this.
then it would be green, and then the last thing you'd be doing is yellow. But the same thing, building it and leaving it with, with a little bit more color and letting it blend together.
Elida, thank you so much.
So
Happy
welcome.
spring.
Hey, you too.
All right.